What's up, y'all? I'm Jaguar Wright. You might remember me. And I just got finished doing another interview with Reallyfe street stars. It was awesome. So subscribe and keep coming back, even for other people than me. They got dope people. Yeah. Because I am teaching him to do that every time we take off the top. Couple behind us. The baby going crazy. And I said, it's the air pressure. If you're nursing him, just use a blanket, but give the baby a way to release the pressure in the ears, because that's why your baby's screaming. Oh yeah, we got it, He does this all the time. My baby is sitting there, chilling. Then I start noticing he gets annoyed, agitated. He's looking over his shoulder, listening to the screaming kid in the back. My baby gets up, turns around, keeps his head over the edge, and looks at the couple. Like this. And then looks at the baby and says,
baby the baby.
Year and a half, 6 months. He gets up to shush the baby. Because the baby was getting on his nerves. Distinguished gentlemen, all that kid's cookies is on me. I like this kid.
See, the song, the tune changed.
If everybody's kid could be that well, man.
The tune changed.
So yeah, so that was the thing for me. It wasn't until I realized that he didn't like children that I realized he had to start getting socialized and going to school. But he ain't like it. Yeah,
He grew up on the road.
he grew up around musicians, artists.
Like the person you want to
His ear is really fine too when it comes to music, but he's strong. He's an artist, but he's always you know, like 6th grade, junior high. And they said he's ticking off like all of the boxes for Asperger's autism. And it made sense, because I have friends of mine that have Asperger's.
What's the difference in Asperger's?
Asperger's, it's, you're not going to run into somebody with Asperger's that has an IQ less than 140.
That's my landlord.
Yeah, aspects of that and different variations of that. Extreme focus, social awkwardness, personable, but not personal. Hypersensitive to your surroundings. Hypersensitive. You know, so it's like if there's too much energy in a room, it's like that for him. It's like a noose. So, and I had a friend years ago, Tim, Asperger's. He was on Top Chef lists for I don't know how many years. Tim was an amazing chef. But between trying to manage the social aspect of it, and then he started coping with coke, alcohol, pills. It just tweaked them. It tweaked them, and he started falling apart. So like just being around him, I mean, he's super brilliant. Shit we could do with food is awesome. The times we cooked together was great. So it made me hyper aware to my son. Like seeing him now, like
Definitely.
couple behind us. The baby going crazy. And I said, it's the air pressure. If you're nursing him, just use a blanket, but give the baby a way to release the pressure in the ears, because that's why your baby's screaming. Oh yeah, we got it. He does this all the time. My baby is sitting there, chilling. Then I start noticing he gets annoyed, agitated. He's looking over his shoulder, listening to the screaming kid in the back. My baby gets up, turns around, keeps his head over the edge, and looks at the couple. Like this.
baby.
Year and a half, 6 months. He gets up to shush the baby. Because the baby was getting on his nerves. Distinguished gentleman, all that kid's cookies is on me. I like this kid.
Ah, see, the size of tune changed.
Everybody's kid could be that well, baby.
The tune changed that day quick.
So yeah, so that was the thing for me. It wasn't until I realized that he didn't like children that I realized he had to start getting socialized and going to school. But he ain't like it. Yeah, that's
Grew up on the road.
he grew up around musicians, artists.
Like a person, you want person?
His ear is really fine too when it comes to music, but he's strong. And, you know, classified like 6th grade, junior high. And they said he's ticking off like all of the boxes for Asperger's autism. And it made sense because I have friends of mine who have Asperger's.
What's the difference in Asperger's?
Asperger's, it's, you're not gonna run into somebody with Asperger's that has an IQ less than 140.
That's my landlord.
Black and white skin.
Yeah, aspects of that and different variations.
They're purple.
Extreme focus, social awkwardness, personable, but not personal. Hypersensitive to your surroundings. Hypersensitive. You know, so it's like if there's too much energy in a room, it's like that for him. It's like a noose. So, and I had a friend years ago, Tim, Asperger's. He was on Top Chef lists for I don't know how many years. Tim was an amazing chef. But between trying to manage the social aspect of it, and then he started coping with coke, alcohol, pills. It just tweaked them. It tweaked them, and he started falling apart. So like just being around him, he's super brilliant. Shit he could do with food is awesome. The times we cooked together was great. So it made me hyper aware to my son. Like seeing him now, like
Definitely.
couple behind us. The baby going crazy. And I said, it's the air pressure. If you're nursing him, just use a blanket, but give the baby a way to release the pressure in the ears. That's why your baby's screaming. Oh yeah, we got it, because it's all the time. My baby is sitting there, chilling. Then I start noticing he gets annoyed and agitated. He's looking over his shoulder, listening to the screaming kid in the back. My baby gets up, turns around, keeps his head over the edge, and looks at the couple like this. And then looks at the baby and says,
Baby the baby.
year and a half, 6 months. He gets up to shush the baby. Because the baby was getting on his nerves. Distinguished gentleman, all that kid's cookies is on me. I like this kid.
Ah, see, the size of tune changed that day.
Everybody's kid could be that well, baby.
The tune changed that day quick.
So yeah, so that was the thing for me. It wasn't until I realized that he didn't like children that I realized he had to start getting socialized and going to school. But he ain't like it. Yeah, that's
Grew up on the road.
he grew up around musicians, artists.
Like a person, you want person?
His ear is really fine too when it comes to music, but he's strong. And, you know, classified like 6th grade, junior high. And they said he's ticking off like all of the boxes for Asperger's autism. And it makes sense, because I have friends of mine that have Asperger's.
What's the difference in Asperger's?
Asperger's, it's, you're not gonna run into somebody with Asperger's that has an IQ less than 140.
That's my landlord.
Black and white will stand out.
Almost rain.
Yeah, aspects of that, and different variations of that.
They're purple.
Extreme focus, social awkwardness, personable, but not personal. Hypersensitive to your surroundings. Hypersensitive. You know, so it's like if there's too much energy in a room, it's like that for him. It's like a noose. So, and I had a friend years ago, Tim, Asperger's. He was on Top Chef lists for about, I don't know how many years. Tim was an amazing chef. But between trying to manage the social aspect of it, and then we started coping with coke, alcohol, pills, it just tweaked them. It tweaked them, and he started falling apart. So like just being around him, I mean, he's super brilliant. Shit to do with food is awesome. The times we cooked together was great. So it made me hyper-aware to my son. Like seeing him now, like
Because I don't think I finesse.
about how he was railroaded into doing it, his experiences with his father, the social anxiety, how he flunked out of college afterwards. Yeah, he actually talked about all that.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm gonna have that knowledge going into it because $10. That is a touchy thing. And me watching that, I'm just trying to get caught up. I'm like, man,
When he found out, basically he was at his dad's, and his dad said, I just sent you a link. There's this lady named Tasha K. I need to talk. You need to talk to her. Told him nothing. Had no idea what it was about. Next thing you know, he's just sitting there, and she's rifling off questions, and he's like,
yes, ask and answer.
meanwhile, your dad is sitting in the other room, and he told you to do it. So, like I said, hypersensitive. Any kind of energy, if he feels pressure, he feels it. And it was so crazy because when he was talking about night and day, they were like, you're talking so much differently here than you were on that interview, and him just sharing his frustration. And you can pull it up, it's right on YouTube. It'll be a Jaguar Wright Son Speaks.
Yeah, it's like a twin.
You want Golden Peak or Golden Peak is sweet?
Really.
It's purely the real sweet.
I ain't happy you can we can tradition. It's what I was saying.
Hey, Joe, you came from school?
You know,
The soda?
No, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm
Yeah,
getting the change.
okay.
I'm just a normal water, Coke, Sprite.
I just need a can of soda, whatever y'all get.
Just water, Coke, Sprite.
Yeah, I'm cool.
that's me. I can't like the way when people put in a fake story.
Water.
Okay, good.
I think it's kind of,
I was gonna get it, but I didn't
Walk out the
want to.
list. That motherfucker right off there.
Oh, mind your way.
Damn, I was like, why is there so much sugar? This 20 ounces.
He's gonna come on
20 ounces is $5.
They're not.
The 80?
Get the 4-piece Twix.
You did? You want two?
No, you want the king size. So you just get one king size.
Oh, he's talking big.
no, you didn't. You didn't have the lashes. No, it wasn't her.
Yeah, they look, they both look like people. Yeah, so yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
He was saying so much content. We done shot how many times for these niggas? We
It's a
ain't never
good
seen
thing
him
that
before.
he's not the kind of man that
He was
because she gonna be remembering people's names.
I was a nigga over.
All the time.
Lord, the one that
Baby, he looks like
we about like she hooked us up with so many free drinks.
you gotta look like
What
Big
happened?
Green.
My father and
So I go and live overseas.
the other day,
He was tripping. Hey, we gonna pull this shit up. He was tripping.
Yeah, I did.
my father
Are you strong?
after
Probably.
one time.
I'm not sure. He starts at the beginning because they start asking him about Tasha K, and he went into everything.
Yeah, so I'm curious. This in itself, this is with Night and Day. You're on there first. Speaking.
Yeah.
And he comes on there with you. So I mean, is he with you at this time?
Yeah, he was.
Okay, so yeah. Okay. All right, so that's actually something that we have to talk about. It seems like it's basically saying the scenario of what you had.
You got
Leading up to the
your
situation going into it, and then also the real.
I was pressing up shirts and I took a little break.
And I hate that for him. I hate that for him.
You hate what for him?
You haven't
No, I
paid
hate.
attention.
Again, I was watching this the other night, last night.
Yeah.
And Tasha starts off with the you're here on your own will. No one's coercing you to do this. I'm not paying you, right? This is all you saying what you want to say. Yes, it is. But I
I
tell.
never watched it.
Oh yeah, don't have to worry. You don't even worry about watching it because I could tell from that, in that sense of even just saying that, it's already like set up.
It's cold.
Yes.
It's
for
finesse.
someone, and like you said, you know your child better than anyone else. You know when they're going to use this and feed into what
Wherever he is, wherever he's at, wherever the pressure is, he will cave. And that's frightening as a mom. That's frightening. Because if you're ever in a position where you're in a situation that's high stress and it requires you to make really thoughtful, decisive action,
You got it?
he's not even gonna have a chance.
Do you have it?
It's just protect.
Okay, then would you just
Protect.
not do it? It's okay.
There you go.
You know, and to know that there are people that weaponize that.
We're so close.
How close?
And it's really sad
It's
because
sad.
it was his dad.
It's sad. And I was
It
like,
was his dad.
there's no reason to on this.
He was 18 years old.
There's no reason.
If he had him known to say no, but
He
then
got
I
to be
go
on you
through
next.
all the nasty emails like
You next.
him telling
Okay.
my son, oh, well, if you go and stay with your mom, I'm cutting you off, I'm taking everything from you, and you can't take nothing with you, and I'll never speak to you again if you go with your mom, and yada, 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 like. No, I'm just saying, if you're constantly.
Yeah, if you hear that, like, okay, what do you need me to do then? Like, okay, well, it's not.
They put him out.
Yeah, let's not do
No,
that.
listen to me.
Oh.
They put him out. Him and his grandmother put him out. Left him in the street at a Wawa for 2 fucking hours with no cell phone, no money, no nothing. It was the first time he was supposed to come home right after he turned 18, before this happened. Bought him his plane ticket. Got him a ride, a chauffeur ride to go to the airport, as I always did. It's time for him to pack up, get on the plane. His grandmother says, I need you to come with me. Because I got to go to the post office and I need you to ride with me. And so he was forced to get into the car. Well, leave your suitcase here. He said, but the car's going to be coming to get me and I got to go to the airport. Yeah, just come with me. Just come. Leave your suitcase here. She starts riding him around. Turned up a bunch of gospel music and had it blasting in the car. Right? This is his grandmother. He calls me from the car. I said, the car's there to get you. Where are you? He was like, we're all the way up Limpkin Pike. I keep telling her I have to catch my flight. She won't turn around. I'm like, are you okay? Who are you talking to? I know you're not talking to her. Lord Jesus, please. He had to call the police. I had to call the police. We sitting there on three-way. She refused to pull over. They had to stop her.
Stay in the life.
And guess what she did? If you get out that car, if you get out this car, that's said, you on your own. Give me your phone.
Give me your phone.
Knowing that he had no money on him. Give me your phone. He misses the flight. I'm on the phone with the airline, trying to change his flight, see if I can get him on the next flight, try to find a way to get in touch with him.
Oh my
His
God.
phone straight going to voicemail. The ride done left.
That was his phone?
So it's about an hour and a half. I finally get an email from my ex-husband.
That couldn't be the one you do.
Well, if he wants to go with you that bad, he's at the Wawa, Limkin Pike, and he don't have no money and he don't have no phone, and you need to figure out how to get him. But I'm done with him. And he can leave with the clothes on his back, yada, 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 yada. This is like an hour and a half after he'd been abandoned out there. Instantly, I'm Googling the Wawa, get the number, I call. Is there a young man out there, blah, 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 blah. I call my people, when his godmother was going to pick him up and bring him to the airport. He just left. He just got in he was walking around and he was very nervous and he looked very afraid. He didn't know. He asked if he could use the phone to call a cab, and then he remembered he didn't have any money and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And he walked outside and then a car just came 5 minutes ago and picked him up.
Hey, this one was right.
The grandmother came back to get him. So by the time we find that out, I start calling his phone. Like, maybe he'll answer. She picks up the phone. He's in deep meditation and he can't talk for the next week. He's in a state of prayer and he'll be able to call you in a week. Click.
They ain't no lie. Jesus.
This is the kind of shit these motherfuckers
Yeah, that's tough.
I mean, how is that not psychological torture?
No, it is.
He talked about it in the interview, about how he had a hard time talking to me on the phone because he felt like he was being monitored and his conversations were being monitored. Like, why should you have to feel paranoid in your own home? He's been going through this shit his whole life.
How old is he now?
20. We were in court for 12 years. 12 fucking years. He's 20.
Right.
I still got this child support thing. You know. We'll figure it out. That fucking pussy gave me for $1.5 million of my hard-earned cash. The simple fact that you would even ask me for anything else. When I took care of my child when he was with me, you contributed absolutely nothing. But every time I sent him with something, he came back with nothing. Like people don't understand how hard it is for female entertainers in relationships.
Like a jail.
And she gonna keep going through it. Understand me when I tell you there is nothing worse than being a single female lady of color looking for a real relationship in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm telling you right now,
I don't even want to know.
it's some bullshit.
I don't even want to know.
You're either in a publicity relationship, in a relationship with someone that's worth a lot more than you and constantly does things to remind you of it, or either another artist, which can get weird because sometimes artist competition rises and then that changes the whole state of a relationship. Tony Braxton, an old boy from Mint Condition. I mean, you know, I could give you numbers of relationships that are affected by this shit. But then the other thing is, you know, is the leech. The fan.
The regular person.
There's nothing worse than falling in love with a nigga and then finding out he's a fan. Nigga, you got the ultimate backstage pass and I ain't even know it.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I ain't even know it.
Y'all letting all this every shit. Yeah, we might need to stop. Stop, please. Stop.
I'm telling you, the worst experience, the absolute worst experience I could share. There was a dude that was on the scene, and I was seeing him around. I didn't know him that well, but he was one of those guys that was always around. And the circles that I was traveling in back then, you know, they were elite circles. So it's like, well, somebody got his ass here. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. If you're in this vicinity with these group of people and you're socializing with these people, you're kind of recognized as part of the circle. Part of the circle, the social circle. You know what I mean? So you see these people. You know, either they're private investors or they're writers or marketing directors, something like that, you know. Of the game, but not in.
Got a little money to part.
Yeah. So after like 4 or 5 events over the course of like 9 months, he finally makes the move to holler at me. It was in Aspen.
It's charged.
I was at an event in Aspen. He was there.
We ready over here. Go put the mic on.
That's fine.
You want me to mic her up?
And you got to cut it
Yeah,
on.
I'm listen to me. I've been fishing
At
a
the
long
bottom,
time.
at the bottom it's a, yeah, hold it until it turns blue twice. There's going to be 2 blue things.
Let it go.
Alright.
Just let it go.
Oh, I'm serenading here.
Flow.
Serenading here.
You smack. Huh? You can't stop. Say the hand king size, I'm sorry. That's who it is. Got 2 of them. I got his M&Ms. I got splashes.
Rook said he's gonna whip your ass if you didn't.
I hate to,
Any plan, they just crossing his popcorn.
It's so good. That's a regular one.
Hey, no, this is some exceptionally good popcorn. I don't know.
They had
It's like
21 flavors on there. I'm like,
Julie,
they,
does Reallyfe need to invest in this popcorn thing?
Yeah,
they said Twix flavor.
You're a hater.
Twix flavor. Y'all ain't get that?
Are we registered?
You ain't get the Twix?
Is the sound?
Yeah, then you're ready. Yeah.
Let's get you that. Yeah, it comes to the
Get the mic. Check.
Get the thing going. Glory.
Amen. So anywho's then.
Right.
So, you know, we bumps. We going to the event. We kick it. We at the bar. We drinking. It's that time. What we doing? All right, you can come to my room. Because I don't know what kind of room he had. I know what kind of room I had. And if I'm gonna, you know what I mean, if I'm gonna be winging it out here, you know, then I wanna be comfortable.
Right.
And I had everything locked up in the safe, so you know, I'm straight. Or at least I'm halfway sucker free. You know. So it was an evening. It was cool. Did it rate?
Good enough.
It was cool.
It was good enough.
You know, it was pizza.
Pizza can be good.
Even when it's bad,
Right.
it's alright.
Pizza. Yeah.
You know, I don't eat pork, so it was kind of like pepperoni pizza after you pick the pepperoni off and then try to get all the pork juice off. It was kind of like that.
It's cool. You know.
It was kind of like that.
This shit, wow.
So,
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, bro. She be saying this normal shit, just so epic, bro.
so anyway, you know, you do the fall asleep thing, and then you do the weird, awkward, how are we gonna do this morning thing? Am I gonna pretend like you're not here and you know, just make hints and gestures for you to leave? We're gonna have breakfast, like, you know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So instead, I decide I'm gonna take a quick shower, go to a yoga class, and then come back. And if he's still asleep, then I'm probably not gonna like him. You know what I mean? So then it'll make that easy.
What are you still doing?
Yeah. Like if you're still asleep.
You ain't got nothing else?
No, I'm just saying. It's a difference between still being in the room and, you know what I mean? You took a shower, you're getting dressed.
You don't want to be rude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a different thing when you come back and they still sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like there should be some kind of switch that happens in your head like,
You're not at home.
I shouldn't sleep here here too long. You know what I mean? Like there should be some kind of, let me not let her think that I'm trying to stay the night again. Let me act like I'm motivated. Something. So, anywho's then, I goes into the bathroom before I leave to go to the yoga class, and I'm taking the showers. And while I'm in the bathroom, I don't know for whatever reason it was getting really steamy, and I cracked the door so the windows wouldn't fall all the way up so I could at least see the bottom, And I hear him on the phone. And it was cool at first because I'm like, oh great, he's not going to sleep in. He might be ready to go before I leave for class. So, there was that moment of elation. And then I'm getting some, and then I'm listening. I'm ear hustling a little bit because I got good ears,
You're in the same room.
And I'm listening, and I'm listening. And then I'm starting to tune in on the conversation. I don't remember it verbatim because this was like almost 20, years ago. Yeah, like 17. Yeah, almost. So, yeah, nigga, I finally got this bitch. Can you believe it? I've been following her all over this motherfucking country. And she ain't never gave me no shine, but for whatever reason this time she gave me some shine. Nigga, I'm in the room. Yo, I'm in her room. Yo, I just fucked the bitch that was sitting next to Jay-Z, and I know Jay, and I'm telling you, nigga, I'm that dude. He's sitting here talking like this.
In the room?
I'm in the bathroom taking a shower, right? He didn't know that I wasn't in the shower. See, he thought I was in the shower because the water was running. I'm one of them bitches that run early. You know what I'm saying? The shower be on for 5 minutes sometimes before I even get the fuck in. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't wait. This nigga on the phone.
He couldn't wait.
He on the phone.
You fucked up all other things.
Yeah. Exactly. No more fans. So I'm sitting there like, ain't this a bitch?
They got to be the equivalent of a nigga getting robbed, his jewelry robbed. Nigga wake up, that nigga want the AP gone. Damn, bitch.
Or they took a picture while they sleep,
Nah, for real, nigga feel violated like a motherfucker.
So I'm like, this motherfucker, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking to myself, I could put this tie, I could tie this town, and I could go out there and bust this motherfucker face right now. Like I'm thinking, am I gonna fuck him up?
Yeah. You get mad because the thing about that Gucci cat, you can't take it back.
No!
I would have lied.
Nigga, you got
Why you over there telling him that?
Actually, no, because I was one of those chicks, no matter how bad the experience, I never lied on it.
Okay.
That's just me.
That's real.
No matter how, listen to me, I could tell you a story about a handicapped dude that had me fooled. You know what I'm saying?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Say that one again.
I was like, Joker had nowhere with all to stop. Like, hey, let's
I'm just different than most chicks.
You gotta get this
I'm just saying.
You want to re-premiere the room?
Yeah, that's how.
I'm just different than most chicks. Like I think because sex. Okay, as a child,
I'm sure you're like almost
after being inappropriately touched, molested, and raped, and all that shit, sex for me
Oh, you didn't
was.
So you didn't try this? No, I just made it.
It was a bad thing. Like it was something.
No, I didn't know. Let me see.
I didn't need to be touched.
You should know my thumbnail was fucking.
I didn't need to be hugged. I didn't need to be kissed.
That was the worst celebration.
I needed you right where I could see. You know, when you're traumatized at a very young age like that, either you become overly affectionate because you want everyone to love you, and, you know, or you become.
You literally sent this.
Who the fuck is you?
Yeah.
Come on.
Who brought you here? I'm your aunt. Says who? You know, like you feel that way, you know. So by the time I actually started having the ability to have consensual sexual relationships,
the Lucci looks like close to the color.
it looked very differently to me.
So that was so wild. I'm like, bro.
It looked very differently. That whole door swung in a whole other direction because see, whatever's happening to me, I'm choosing. So even the bad moments,
You say you don't want to re-drop it today?
like that, in that room, or the handicap dude, that almost had motherfucker got me.
don't think we struggle.
Sundays is our biggest day.
Even those relationships
Sundays, Monday.
were things that I got to choose.
Wow.
Up until the age
You're
of
going by the black.
14,
Problems, but Sunday's our biggest day. Going to Monday.
I never got a chance to choose what happened.
Feed me.
So, you know, there's a freedom even in the mistakes.
Yeah.
Because at least I got to choose it. Because I know what it's like when you don't get to choose. And that shit sucks.
That's really.
So, yeah. So, yeah,
We gonna-
fucking
we-
fans.
We're gonna lead in with that. We're not gonna lead in with that, but we're gonna end with that. We're not gonna lead with that.
I'm just saying.
Hey, so tell us about when you.
So that was
That's a wild way to intro. Hey, man, tell us. We were talking off mic about you and Faye. Yes. Like, what the fuck?
Thank you, ma'am. What's your name again?
I'm Angel White.
Angel.
The Angel White.
The
Angel Hallelujah White.
Yes.
Hallelujah White.
Like artist, entrepreneur, cultural attaché.
I'm a Taurus.
Right, so there's no way we could predict that shit. Like, we were sitting here like, what the fuck?
We keep dropping bomb after bomb after bomb. And mind you, because of course you only live your life, but it's like when you don't know something, you start pulling back layers. You're like, oh, you were there. Oh, you knew the. And like, so it's almost like I can see you saying when you talk about a fan being able to get with you, and, oh, this was a fan. When you're around some shit that like the world admires, you're like, oh, just tell me something. Just tell me a story.
And it's that too, but you speak with such authority.
Yes.
Yeah. I had to talk to so many women about your interview.
Oh yeah.
We had it was crazy. We had to ask for that.
gotta watch
Yeah, and then I did.
Which one ain't it?
George Strait.
Yeah, I saw it shaking.
No, I'm saying like,
Well, it'll say AC, but then it'll just go red. And it'll,
you know what I'm saying? That little thing works.
no, it works. I don't think the piece doesn't.